Why you should never, ever work for money. Do this instead. Let's be honest, people need to earn a living wage in order to support themselves and their families. That is a reality. We can't afford to pay for things like food, shelter, and clothing if we don't have money. We must resist the temptation to let financial concerns dominate your life. Otherwise, we'll never achieve true contentment and joy. People today are forced to work jobs they dislike in order to make ends meet. They think that if they just get a good job and save up enough money, they can buy whatever luxury good their heart desires. They do, however, overlook one critical detail. True joy cannot be purchased with money, although we totally consider it an important part of it. In reality, the first 3 months of any job are the most crucial in terms of financial success. After a while, you stop caring so much about the money, instead are driven by factors like your personal values or financial obligations. So why do you do what you do for a living? If you say that you love what you do, you're lucky. But if you don't, this video is for you. In today's video, we'll share the key reasons why you should never work for me. Now, let's get right into the video. 1. You will never earn enough money. When you work for money, no amount of money you earn will ever be sufficient. You'll feel underpaid even if you're the highest paid person in your field. And so you'll never be satisfied with your pay, and you'll always find someone else who makes more money to complain about. Consequently, you'll feel miserable and discontented. If you put making money ahead of everything else in your life, you'll never be happy with what you have now or excited about the future. When your sole motivation for staying somewhere is financial gain, you're bound to grow bored of it before long. Since you are unhappy and underpaid at your current job, you may decide to look for employment elsewhere. So you'll probably be job hopping quite a bit. As you adapt to your new surroundings and make new friends, you may feel elated at first. The novelty of a new job will wear off after a while. Unless it's your true calling, you'll be looking for other employment once again. While this can be beneficial for learning new things and finding your calling, it also comes with drawbacks like anxiety, instability, a lack of trustworthiness in future interviews, and the loss of opportunity to specialize in something you truly enjoy doing. What can you do instead? Get 2 jobs, one to help you get by while you look for the first, and one to help you get ahead. The next step is to figure out what drives you most so that you can devote your time and effort there. Number 2, you're using your willpower unnecessarily. The amount of willpower a person has is limited, and it's depleted as the day progresses. When you need an extra push to finish a task you don't particularly enjoy, you're tapping into your willpower. However, enthusiasm is not finite. Passion, unlike willpower, can be developed. A change in outlook is all it takes to stir it up. It has room to expand along with skill levels. If I'm doing something solely for the pay, that means I'm drawing entirely from my personal supply of willpower. But the impact on those I care about, the fulfillment of a secret wish, or the production of something beautiful, are more important to me than financial gain. Then I can tap into my passion in addition to my financial needs. What can you do instead? Learn what you can do to enhance the quality of life in your office. If you're unhappy with your current situation, write down the things that bother you and the steps you can take to improve. If you've come to the conclusion that you can't find fulfillment there, it's time for a move. 70% of our lives are spent working, so expanding our reserves of willpower and enthusiasm just to get through the day is bad for our minds and bodies. Number 3, you'll become a slave to money. Most people spend the better part of their waking hours working for a wage with which to pay for necessities and indulgences. Many people avoid dissatisfaction with their lives by staying in jobs they dislike out of fear of unemployment. Once they've established a certain standard of living with their income, they don't want to risk losing it, so they stick with their job even if it doesn't fulfill them. Don't think that money does everything, or you'll end up doing everything for money. Voltaire. What can you do instead? Having few needs as opposed to many wants is a true mask of wealth. If acquiring a lot of stuff means selling your soul or risking your health, it's not a good idea. These days, minimalism is everywhere you look. By adopting these procedures, we can learn the value of minimalism. Someone who needs to accumulate a lot of material possessions to feel content should probably start doing it. Number 4, you can suffer physical and mental illnesses. Workaholism is associated with a variety of physical and mental health problems. As an illustration, work-related stress and pressures can lead to burnout syndrome, characterized by a state of mental and physical exhaustion. A lack of drive to complete routine tasks and fluctuating hypersensitive moods are hallmarks of the syndrome. This syndrome is present when monetary compensation is not sufficient to motivate an individual to work. What can you do instead? There is no money in the world worth your health and peace of mind. The job affects your personal life, leave it immediately, even if earning less. While we are healthy, we can do many things, even get more money. But if health fails, then that's when we'll limit ourselves. Number 5, you will not grow because you're in your comfort zone. Working solely for financial gain hampers professional development. In your safety zone, making what you consider to be a fair wage, you can coast along with little to no effort. As a matter of fact, if you take a purely utilitarian view of the situation, you can increase your income by investing in your own personal growth and learning. However, if you're not truly passionate about your work, taking the job solely for financial reasons will lead to apathy. You might be asking yourself, why should I bother to hone my abilities? There will no longer be any value in development. What can you do instead? Think about all the things you're missing out on while you are comfortable with your job. This can be any of these: opportunity to learn new things, growing up in another company and becoming a boss, new forms of income, meet new people, travel to other places, learn new languages, and practice my English. Once you realize that there are great opportunities when you're not in a conformist place, you realize that a good salary is not worth in a terrible environment. Number 6, work to learn, not to earn. When Warren Buffett was about to graduate from Columbia University, he made an offer to work for free at the investment firm of Benjamin Graham, his professor and mentor. Why would someone who values wealth so highly volunteer to work for nothing? In the same way that most recent college graduates aim for the highest paying job they can find, why wouldn't he do the same? Simple reason that Buffett anticipated much greater financial rewards from working there than he could have received at a more traditional job. Not for the money, but for the education he would receive on how to profit from the stock market. Buffett understood that his salary was a pittance compared to the profits he could make by employing the value investing strategies developed by the Grahams. Since he was aware of the limitations of salary as a means of financial security, he set out to acquire new skills and knowledge in order to accelerate his pursuit of financial independence. Even though most of us aren't in a position to work for free, we can still learn from his story. Although working for a startup may initially result in a lower salary, it could be beneficial in the long run if he allows you to gain experience and knowledge that will help you launch your own business in the near future. You could also volunteer some of your time to an organization or cause that interests you in order to gain knowledge that could be useful in the future. That pretty much wraps this video up, guys. Thanks for watching. So, do you work for money or is it your passion? Share with us in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to this channel with a bell notification if you enjoy watching our content. We upload some awesome stuff here, which you will most certainly enjoy. Hit a like on this video and leave a comment below. See you guys in the next one.